I want to share a testimony with you about expansion of time and creation of time. How many of you have been in a place where you think, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I don't have enough time. I remember years ago, when I was a fairly new Christian, a pastor had asked me to help him with a project. And I said, oh, sure, I'd love to help you with that project. And the project required a lot of people doing different things. So I thought, well, I'm going to go through the church directory and find people that aren't busy. I'm going to find people that, you know, have lots of time. They're not working outside the home. They're not already working on other projects in the church. And so I called them up and I said, hey, the pastor has a project and I was wondering if you could put a little bit of time into this, donate your time. And they all said this, I'm sorry, I don't have any time. I don't have enough time. And so they all denied the opportunity to serve the Lord because they didn't have enough time. So I was perplexed. I thought, oh my gosh, they don't have enough time. I wonder what they're doing. But then I went through the list and all that was left were people that were already busy. They were either working at jobs outside the home or already doing a lot within the church. And I thought, I hate to bother them because how are they going to have time, you know? But I called them and every single one said, sure, I can do that. I can find time. I thought, God, why is it that all the people that said that they didn't have enough time, it was like they had, actually in the natural, it looked like they had way more time than those who said they did have enough time. And he said it's because you need to sow time in order to reap time. And the more you sow, the more you receive. And so it was years later, and in fact just a couple years ago, when I was working on a project where I was pretty overwhelmed. I was sitting at my desk thinking, I've got so much work to do, so many things on my to-do list for this project, but I don't have the time, and I'm going away, and I don't have time for this and that. How am I going to get it done? And the Lord reminded me, he said, you have so much time in your heavenly bank account. He said, you have sown time into worship, you've sown time into prayer, you've sown time in my service. He said, how much time do you want? He says, I am a creator of time, and I have time waiting to give to you. You see, in the eternal realm, time is not an issue. You won't find, you know, time in heaven. You'll just find realms of his glory, you know. And so for God to give you time in this earthly dimension is nothing for him. He's the creator of it. He created time right in Genesis 1. It's a created substance. And if you've sown it, you can reap it. And so if you are watching this clip today and you think, I don't have time, I'm here to tell you that if you've sown time, just reach up by faith into your heavenly bank account and receive it. That day in my office, I just spent some time with the Lord. I said, okay, Lord, I want to thank you that you're a good God, and you say that in the measure that you sow, you also reap. And so I'm here to receive by faith the time that I need to finish this project. And I just by faith received it. I didn't feel anything. I didn't have a visible angel show up in the room. I didn't have lightnings crash in on me. I just simply received it by faith and started working on the project again. I didn't feel any shift or any change. I just took it by faith. Before long, all of a sudden I realized everything's done and I had time to spare. The miracle had taken place. Whatever you have need of, especially if it's in the realm of time, God will give it to you. Have you sown time? Then get ready to reap. By faith, just lay hold of it now, because there's enough time for you to accomplish everything that you need to do. Remember the story in the Bible where they were hard pressed and they needed some more time. And so God gave them another day. He just stayed the sun until they won the battle. You know, God is good. Whatever you need, he'll give to you. You need time, it's on its way.